my trouble started about almost 30 years ago. I was involved in a road traffic accident, lost my kneecap. As a result, some years later, I got a deep vein thrombosis. I was treated for it in the Ulster Hospital and was feeling fine. Then on the 15th of May, 2 years ago, I was preparing on a Sunday morning to go for a walk. My wife was upstairs and I wasn't up pestering her to get out of the bathroom. I had already phoned my friend about going for a walk, and I went to swat a blue bottle and I couldn't move my arm. And I got down to a chair. I knew exactly what was happening to me. And for some reason or other, the wife got the message and she came downstairs. "Are you having a stroke?" Yes, I am. Not as clear as that. And she immediately phoned an ambulance. The ambulance arrived, took me to the Ulster Hospital where they did scans, etc. I remember very little about that, except one of the doctors coming to me and saying, "Do you want to talk to your son? He's on the phone." My son, incidentally, is a nurse in Spitty Gwynedd in Bangor, North Wales. And I couldn't speak to him. I think I lost consciousness for a time. Then they came to me and they wakened me or talked to me and said, "We're transferring you to the RVH, the clotbusters are in, you're a fortunate man." So I was rushed over to the RVH. Remember nothing about the journey. I just remember being in a theatre with doctors all around me, one holding my head, and I remember them going in at my femoral artery, up through the body, and somebody commented, "Your heart's all right anyway." And the only pain I felt was when the probe, if that's the right name for it, went behind my eyes, and the consciousness was lost then. And I remember coming to, and the surgeon said to me, "Do you want to see these?" And I said, "Yes, please, I want to see them." And he showed me 2 clots that had come out of my head. So Dr. Kerr looked after me for the next 3 days, and I was discharged from the hospital. It was a Sunday. I was discharged from the hospital on a Wednesday. And having been in the stroke department of the hospital, it was amazing seeing other men who had been there for months and suffering badly, unable to speak, unable to walk. I had none of that problem, thank God. And I was called back to see Dr. Kerr, and I remember commenting to him that I had even lost my gait. I wasn't walking right because I had always been involved in walking, hill walking, rock climbing, etc. And he said, "Oh, it'll probably come back." So determination set in, and I was determined to walk properly again. And I walked fairly constantly, a few miles for the first lot of weeks, and then I built it up. And my friend Joe Mottram from Eltnagelvin Hospital agreed to go to the Camino with me, not as a pilgrimage, but just as a good walk. So Joe and I went on the 15th of May this year, and we did the Camino Inglese, which is 130 kilometer walk from Ferrol into San Diego. And it was an experience that has to be sampled by everyone. Not that either Joe or I were there as pilgrims, but we were there because of a bloody good walk. I would like to pay tribute, of course, to the staff and the NHS, but also the Chest, Heart and Stroke Association of Northern Ireland. They've been brilliant, absolutely brilliant with me. People who are suffering from bronchial conditions, heart conditions, etc., sharing their problems with each other through the Chest, Heart and Stroke Association, and the staff are absolutely brilliant in that organisation.